Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 29 of Minecraft StoneBlock. Hello, everyone. Oh, happy 2026. It is a new year. Apologies for not having an episode out last week. Unfortunately, I was kind of busy right after Christmas with a bunch of things. Additionally, unfortunately, I was having a bug where for some reason the save file was not saving things that I was putting into chests. So for example, if I had a stack of eggs or a bunch of the basic processors and stuff, and I put it in the chest and then logged out and logged back in, the things weren't saved in the chest. So I had to revert back a couple partial saves. Nothing missed in terms of what I have done in an episode, but some of the off-camera grinding I was doing of all of the iron and such, the iron and redstone to make the basic processors, about an hour's worth of grinding was lost, and I wasn't sure why. So I looked into it, didn't find a specific reason. I did a couple tests. I think I got it figured out. I think there was just an issue with, I don't know, the save file or something. But I made sure to, as I always do, I make many backups as I'm playing. Anytime I load up the game for another day's worth of grinding for materials or anything like that, I always make a double save beforehand just in case. So that way I don't have a time where, say I made a bunch of progress doing a bunch of off-camera grinding the previous day, I go to start today and something happens and I lose, not only the progress I was working on then, but an additional day's worth of grinding for materials or waiting for a process to finish, things like that. So I'm always making backup saves. But for some reason, on that day, the stuff was not saving anytime I was putting things into, I could take something out of an inventory and it would stay in my player inventory. But then when I were to put a bunch of these basic processors in the box, log out, log back in, it would show that I hadn't put anything in there. So it was very frustrating. But we're back today. We're going to be making some progress on a few things. We're going to be upgrading some machines. We're going to be spending a bunch of the resources that I've been making off camera to make more of the storage parts for reborn storage, getting ourselves ever closer to the largest reborn storage part. We might head over to the Aurora mining dimension to perhaps take a look and gather some materials there. We'll see. But I've got some upgrades I want to do, some new machines or new generators that I want to make. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to do is going to be actually over in Hatchery. We're going to be making a couple upgrades. The shredder and the fertilizer mixer have been sitting without upgrades for a long time, so I want to go ahead and make the ones for there. So we're going to need the RF efficiency upgrade, tier 3, and the speed upgrade, tier 3, for both the shredder and the fertilizer mixer. We do have a bunch of plastic already made up from a while ago when I was making some of these things, so we don't have to worry about making a bunch of plastic. Let's see. We're going to need some redstone and some circuit boards. Circuit boards are plastic, gold nuggets, and cactus green. Well, thankfully enough, we have a good amount of gold that we can spare for gold nuggets. We do have a good amount of cactus green over here in Misk Organics. And while I'm saving a lot of the redstone I'm making for this project, I can go ahead and spare, obviously, some redstone for this. So let us begin putting these things together. I do need some sticks. Let's go over here to the tree deep storage and grab some sticks from over here instead of just making sticks. Because as you can see, I have a ton of sticks. I'll grab that many sticks. All right. So to begin, We need the RF efficiency upgrade tier 1. We'll make a circuit board. Done. We'll make 4 redstone torches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. And RF efficiency upgrade tier 1. The tier 2 is going to take 2 more circuit boards. Boop, boop. It's also going to take some gold and some glowstone, which we have plenty of each. Back into this room. We need some gold ingots. Let's crack open a few blocks of gold. And then we're going to need some glowstone. Grab a bit of glowstone. There we go. All right. Tier 2 upgrade. And now for the tier 3, we need 4 more circuit boards, some blocks of gold, a diamond, and an emerald. Easily done. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more circuit boards. We will grab diamonds are going to be over in this chest right here. We need a couple blocks of gold, and there we go. All right. RF efficiency tier 3. Perfect. Now we need to make another one because we need one for the shredder and one for the fertilizer mixer. So we're going to do that process again. Circuit board. We need 4 redstone torches. And then we've got RF efficiency tier 1. The tier 2 is going to be 2 more circuit boards. And then we've got the tier 2. And tier 3 is just going to be 4 more circuit boards. What am I missing? I need more gold nuggets. And I am actually running low on plastic. Okay then. Well, good to know. I do believe I have the materials to make more plastic. Let's see. The plastic. Oh, the plastic is simply feather fibers. Good to know. All right. Let's see. We need... Yep, looks like we're going to have to cook some more feather fibers. But that's okay. I should have some already downstairs in the shredder. I've been shredding a lot of feathers that I've been getting from the chickens I've been having going to make string for making the processor binding. But I do have a bit of this, a little bit of feather fibers, and let's go grab some more feathers. That way we can grind them up. Let's smelt those. That'll get us some plastic. Not a lot has changed around the base right now. I still have my main generators here. I used a ton of XP to enchant some random books to get some enchanted books for the disenchantment generator. So I've been running some power from enchanted books on that. But we still have the integrated dynamics generator, our ender generator, nether star, and frosty generator. We're going to be making some upgrades to the lava generators here, which is why I have them kind of turned off. Let's go grab some more of the feathers. That way we can grind some more plastic. Yes, let's grab that amount. That amount. All the chickens be popping all the eggs. Head back downstairs. There we go. Just drop down, twist my ankle a tiny bit, but we're fine. Go ahead and start grinding some feathers. That will get us the feather fibers. All right, that's going. Over, grab our plastic. And we're working on the tier 3. So we need one more circuit board. Perfect. There we go. RF efficiency upgrade tier 3 for both machines. Very nice. So we'll go ahead and boop, put that in upgrade. So that's now that now has 100,000 RF available. And then this goes from 20,000 to... Oh, interesting. It took the upgrade. All right, cool. Let's grab some more feather fibers and we'll smelt that into plastic. Because now we need to make the speed tier upgrades. Let's see. For the speed, we're going to need feathers and circuit boards. So let's go grab some more feathers. We have a multitude. We go. Alright. Back over to the chickens. Let's grab that amount and that amount, as well as that amount. All right, should be good. Let's see. Speed tier 1, done. Speed tier 2 is going to be another speed tier 1, and then some nether quartz along with circuit boards. Okay. So we're definitely going to need more feathers. Got that. And we're also going to need, what was it, some nether quartz? Yes. And then we need blocks of quartz. Well, we just so happen to have an absolute ton of quartz here that we've been using for a great many things. So I do believe that I can spare some nether quartz and some blocks of nether quartz for this. All right, tier 2 is 2 circuit boards. Boop, boop. As well as a block of redstone, which we can grab. Block of redstone. Also pop a few blocks just to have some spare redstone. There we go. Back downstairs. We'll also pop a couple gold ingots, so we have a few more gold nuggets. All done smelting, so we'll just stand here, that way we can reach everything. Put away the feather meal, grab the feather fibers, smelt them into plastic. Don't want to smelt too much plastic because this plastic can only be used for these operations. There we go. Right, so to make a tier 2, we need another tier 1. There's our other tier 1. Make one more circuit board. And now we have a tier 2 speed upgrade. Let's see. A tier 3 is going to be another... Oh, it's going to be an additional tier 2. Understood. All right. So now we have to make this. So we have to make... 2 more circuit boards, going down the process once again. We need to make 2 tier 1s. From the 2 tier 1s, we make boop, boop, another tier 2. Back over there, plastic. There we are. And then for the tier 3, we need 3 circuit boards, a rabbit's foot, and a redstone repeater. Running low on plastic, so let's grab more feather fibers. And we'll smelt that into more plastic as we go upstairs to grab. Let's grab 2 rabbit's feet, because we're going to need to make, obviously, 2 speed upgrades. Or 2 speed tier 3 upgrades, I should say. Head on over to our lovely ground trap here from Pam's Harvest Craft, where we have no rabbit's feet in there. I'm pretty sure I've gotten rabbit's feet before from the ground trap, and I put them over in mob drops. So let me check that. Yes, here we go. 2 rabbit's feet. Perfect. Back down. I don't have any more. No, that is all the plastic. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't have any more just plastic sitting around there. Nope. All looks good. Okay. Perfecto. Back downstairs we go. Have a meaty stew to snack on as we go. Boop. All right. Thank you for the more plastic. Back over here. And now speed upgrade tier 3. So we need 3 circuit boards. Pop open a few more of that to make 1 more circuit board. And then we need a redstone repeater. Ah, we need stone. Well, look, it's my stone area right here. How convenient. All right. A redstone repeater is, oh, it's stone, not cobblestone. Understood. We're going to need 2 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And this can just go boop, back in there and be recompressed. So we need 2 redstone torches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Redstone repeater. Got it. And now we have a speed upgrade tier 3. Perfect. We'll put that in here. RF efficiency and speed. Okay, more feather fibers. Let's go ahead and toss a little bit more feathers in here. Let's see how fast it's going now. Yeah, that is significantly faster. That's very nice. Cool. All right, perfect. So, do that process again. So we're going to need circuit board, speed upgrade tier 1. Grab our plastic, grab our feather fibers. A tier 2 is going to be another tier 1. Another circuit board. Another tier 1. Perfect. And then we need how many? 2 circuit boards. Thank you. And smelt more feather fibers. Circuit boards, got it. Makes us a speed upgrade tier 2. Perfect. And we do that process one more time for a tier 3. So, what are we low on? We are low on the plastic once again. Boop. There we go. Speed upgrade tier 1. Circuit board. Makes a speed upgrade tier 1. Speed upgrade tier 2. Needs 2 circuit boards. I need to go grab a little bit more redstone. I don't think we need any more feathers. Actually, we do need more feathers because... No, actually, we don't. So I should be able to safely grind those. I have more feathers upstairs. I can just grab the rest from the chicken area. So that is not a big deal. Oh, let's see. Need more redstone. Redstone blocks, I should say. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. A little bit of feathers here, and then the remainder from what I have in the previous storage. This will be so very good once I have all of the There we go. Once I have all the reborn storage, I will have every chicken set up and all of their drops will just go straight into the storage. There we go. Last bit of feathers. Back downstairs. All right. Grab our feather fibers. Let's do a double speed here. There we go. All right. So we've got 2 tier 1s. We need to make a tier 2. And then the tier 2, we're missing 3 circuit boards. Perfect. We need ourselves redstone repeater. Perfect. Now we have speed upgrade tier 3. Perfect. All right. A little bit of plastic left over, but that's okay. We can just toss the feather meal there. And now we have a speed upgrade tier 3 for the fertilizer mixer. So that'll mix the poop into fertilizer much faster. Makes it so I can get access to all of that power, which we have still running right over here. Okay, let's go ahead and empty out our inventory and move on to the next step. Put away the sticks. We'll go to the ores, put away the emeralds. The blocks of quartz and such go right here because that's where I'm using all the quartz. Diamond, gold, redstone. The organics can go away. Glowstone dust, feathers, and the gold nuggets can go right there. All right, perfect. That set of upgrades is done. The next thing that I would like to do is I want to go ahead and upgrade my magmatic dynamo downstairs. The one from thermal expansion. There are a couple upgrades that I can make for it to run a bit faster, produce more power per unit of lava used, and yeah, just kind of all around make it better. So if we take a look, let's actually head downstairs for a moment and take a look at the magmatic dynamo itself. Clunk. So it is currently reinforced. If we take a look at the different upgrades, we're right here, the reinforced upgrade. We can do 2 more, the Signalium upgrade and the Resonant upgrade. And we can just apply those directly to the magmatic dynamo. Let's go ahead and get the materials together to do that. So we're going to need to make both upgrade kits. We can't just upgrade it directly. Well, if we make the, I think it's like the tier upgrader, you can just go straight from the basic one all the way to the end, but you have to make all the tiers anyway. I just like upgrading it one at a time like this. So we've already got reinforced. We need to make the Signalium upgrade, which is going to be an Electrum gear, Signalium ingots, and Cryothium dust. I believe I don't have any Cryothium, but that's okay. But we need Signalium and Electrum, which I definitely have. Signalium, and I should have, there we go, Electrum. And then for the Cryothium dust, it is snowballs, redstone, and blizz powder. I can take some blizz rods. I have some snowballs. And if we take the blizz rods, we get blizz powder. The pulverizer, which I don't think I've made the pulverizer. Take a look over here, my dumpage chest. Yep, I'm just gonna hand make them for now. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And then we need redstone, which we have plenty of redstone. Nothing left in the dumpage chest. Just making sure I didn't have any already made there. So 5, 5, and there we go. We got cryotheum dust. We need an electrum gear. And now we have the signalium upgrade kit. Perfect. Last but not least for this, we need the resonant upgrade kit, which is going to take enderium ingots, aluminum gear, and pyrotheum dust. I do have a tiny bit of pyrotheum left over. The pyrotheum is a blaze powder, sulfur, and redstone. I have plenty of sulfur, I have plenty of redstone, and I have plenty of blaze powder. So, pyrotheum it is. Perfect. So, resonant is enderium and lumium. I have a fair amount of enderium here, and I don't have much lumium, so I will have to be very careful. I did mean to make some lumium off camera, but I did not, unfortunately. But I do still have the recipe of how much tin to silver to glowstone. So I can just make some up real quick if I need to. But in any event, we do need aluminum gear. Got it. We have ourselves the resonant upgrade kit. Perfect. The next thing that I want to make for it is going to be, let's take a look. We're going to upgrade it to the max level. Signalium, then resonant. The next thing that I want to make is the isentropic reservoir. Let's take a look. Right here, the isentropic reservoir greatly increases power generation and efficiency, but coolant is required for operation. Stronger coolants result in higher efficiency. This is pretty easy to make. It's Invar plates, redstone conductance coil, signalium gear, and a bit of cryotheum. But what this does is it basically makes, depending on what kind of coolant you use, it increases the amount of power you can generate with the lava. So for example, using water and the lava, I get a 20% power boost. Now, obviously, there's definitely things that work a lot better. Gelid cryotheum gives 60%. IC2 coolant gives 50%. Crushed ice is 40%, and so on. But at the very least, I can start by just pumping water in here. I have infinite water due to the water pump, and I can just stick a quantum tank on it. So I'll have quantum tank full of lava, quantum tank full of water, and instantly I'm getting 20% more power from the dang thing. So let's go ahead and start with that. We need Invar plates, a signalium gear, which we can easily make, and then a redstone conductance coil. That was easy. The Invar plates, let's see, we can either compact them or we can just smelt a bit of molten Invar, smelt a bit of Invar, and then use the plate cast, which I'm pretty sure I've already made a while ago. There we go. We take our 2 Invar. We grab our ingot cast out of here, and yes, we have the plate cast. Perfect. Plate cast down. We toss in our 2 Invar. That's going to take a while to smelt. So while we're waiting on that, we also want the auxiliary transmission coil. That is going to be... Yes, there it is. Auxiliary transmission coil increases power generation, RF per tick. So that's going to be very useful. It's going to take some silver ingots and a redstone transmission coil, which is silver and redstone. So just more silver. Easily done. I have a ton of silver, so we can just make that. Yeah, we're not making this one, the auxiliary reception coil. That increases how fast stuff processes. We're doing the dynamo one here. Okay, so redstone transmission coil, done. And then we have the auxiliary transmission coil. Perfect. Last but not least, we're going to need the fuel catalyzer. There we go. The fuel catalyzer. More energy RF is produced by fuels. So basically, it just increases the additional amount of power I can get per unit of lava. Pretty easy to make once again. It's a redstone conductance coil, which is electrum, which I've already had there. But then it takes lead. Well, we have a ton of lead right here. So we can now make our fuel catalyzer. Perfect. So by this point, most likely, our Invar plates have been made. Thank you. And then we can go ahead and make that isentropic reservoir. There we go. Isentropic reservoir. So there's our main upgrades for the magmatic dynamo. Our signalium and resonant kits, and then the 3 additionals. So what I would like to do is I'm going to need a mechanism fluid pipe, which I don't have any more of. That's fine. I've been using them for purposes. So, nope. It is pressurized pipe. Nope, that's gases. Which is the pipe I need? Okay, there we go. Basic mechanical pipe. Got it. So 2 steel and a bucket. So 3 iron. Boop, boop, boop. Got 3 iron. We need 2 steel. And then the usual upgrades of going straight to enriched, to reinforced, and to atomic. All right. We make the bucket. We make the basic mechanical pipe for fluids. We then enrich it. We then reinforce it. And we then atomic it. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have that, we've got ourselves a quantum tank here. Let's take a look and see what the thing looks like once we've upgraded it fully. We'll add the water pipe to it. Actually, go ahead and put some water into this quantum tank here. Quantum tank. Boop. And that is now going to start filling up with water. Perfect. Back upstairs we go. All right, magmatic dynamo reinforced. Now it's signalium. And now it's resonant. Perfect. So we have 4 augmentation spots. The first we're going to do is the isentropic reservoir. Next, we're going to do the auxiliary transmission coil. Let's see. And last but not least, the fuel catalyzer. Now we do have an additional spot here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put there, but we do have it available. So let's take ourselves a mechanism pipe. Let's put it right here. Make sure this setup works before I really start filling the thing up. We'll pause there for a second. Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of running the base on low power since I took the lava off of here. What do I want? I need something. I need another quantum tank. Sorry. Let me make that real quick. I had a quantum tank on the lava generator, which I still do. I also had a lava tank that was holding lava just to make it easier. It is iron, obsidian, redstone. Yes. Boop, boop. And grab some iron. All right. Bucket. There we go. Just wanted to make sure I had another quantum tank on me. Okay. Back downstairs. So we take the quantum tank full of water, and we're going to put it right here for now. Pull, and perfect. So that now has four buckets of water, and it's got plenty of water inside. We're going to go downstairs and grab the lava tank from here. Put the other tank there so that now can fill up with lava. Okay. Back upstairs. And this should now be generating a lot more power. Oop. Yes, it is now generating 600 RF a tick. Now, it is consuming the water. Let's see. It's consuming it at 100 millibuckets. What? 1001, 1002, 1003. So basically every 3 seconds it's consuming 100 millibuckets of water. But it's now producing 600 RF a tick. That is much higher than it was. So that is going to be super helpful. All right. There we go. And of course, it's still cycling through lava because of the magmatic generator and the heat generator. But yeah, this should definitely help boost power production. Very nice. Okay. I'll just have to make sure I come over here every now and again and refill this with more water. But going from, I think it was 80 RF a tick to 600 RF a tick is going to be very blessed. Let's go take a look at my batteries. I don't think we've reached the point where my batteries can start fully recharging yet. But definitely, yeah, my machines are now going to be feeling that quite a lot. Cool. Okay, we're good. Moving on. Oh, nope. This floor. Put some more blocks of coal coke into the furnace generator. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. That is going good. And if I figure I'm starting to run low on water, I can just go over there, turn it off for a little bit, fill up the quantum tank full of water, and then stick it on there, and I don't have to worry about things again. Okay. That is done. What is the next thing that I would like to make? Sure. Let's go ahead and make a few things from industrial foregoing. We're already gaining a nice amount of lava here from smelting all this netherrack into lava with the magma crucible. I'll remind myself for next time that I do need to make more lumium. That way I can make more of the gears. I have enough lumium to make one more gear. But I'll hold off on it for right now. Okay, put away the inderium, put away the lumium, silver, signalium, electrum. We can put away the blaze powder, the sulfur, the snowballs, as well as the blizz rods. The pyrotheum dust and cryotheum. Oh, I had some sulfur over here. That works. And there's our fluid pipes. Perfect. More sulfur. All right. Let's see. Switching gears a bit, heading over to industrial foregoing. There's a couple things I can make. The first is going to be the pitiful fuel generator. It's so pitiful. Works the same as a petrified fuel generator, but only accepts wood stuff. Okay. It's pretty easy to make. We need gold cobblestone, some iron gears, and either a steel casing, a machine frame, a simple machine chassis, or a machine case. The easiest of these to make, honestly, is just the steel casing, because that's steel, osmium, and glass. So let's go ahead and do that. Grab a little glass, grab a little steel, or osmium here, and then a little steel. We are also going to need some iron, gold, and some cobblestone, which is downstairs. Iron, gold, and we'll go get some cobblestone. Check on this. Plenty of water. Okay, let's grab that amount of cobblestone, because we do need a couple furnaces. Or let's see, one furnace. Okay, so we make the steel casing. Got it. We make the iron gears, which is just boop, 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 boop. 2 iron gears. And then we need the furnace itself. There we go. And that makes us a pitiful fuel generator. It's so pitiful. But we can take it back upstairs. Let's set it right here for now. And take a look. Burning time. Works the same as petrified, but only accepts wood stuff. Okay. So it doesn't actually tell me what it takes. It says it only takes wood stuff, so I could probably burn like fences and stuff. But I can also probably take some sticks amongst all the sticks that I have and have been getting, and it's just another way to transform something into power. I have an absolute tonnage of sticks from all of the different trees in the tree farm. I do plan on eventually converting it all into sawdust to then become charcoal or coal to become coal coke. But for now, at the very least, I can just do that. So, you know, it is what it says. It is a pitiful fuel generator. It is producing a whopping 5 RF a tick. So that's what? 125 RF per second? 20 ticks per second? No, excuse me. 100 RF. 100 RF per second. So, yeah, this will just be a good way for me to like, hey, I have a ton of sticks. I'm not processing them into sawdust right now. I'll just chuck them into the pitiful fuel generator, and there we go. Later on, I'm going to look up to see all of the different things that the pitiful can use, and whatever is going to be like the most efficient, I'll pop it in there. Next up, we have the petrified fuel generator, which is, there we go. Petrified fuel generator. Provided with any solid fuel, produce power. The RF per tick is decided from the burn time. The more burn time the fuel has, the more RF per tick it will produce. Note all fuels burn the same time. So basically, the longer it burns, the more fuel, the more RF it'll produce, but it'll produce it in the same amount of time. Okay, so the petrified fuel generator, pretty easy. Gold gears, some plastic, and then a diamond, a furnace, and then once again either steel casing, machine frame, or simple machine chassis. Again, the mechanism frame is going to be the easiest to make, so might as well. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't think I have any of those other ones sitting in here, but that's okay. So we are going to need some gold. Boop, 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 and a diamond. Pop the gold out. We're going to need some plastic. Did I use all the plastic I had? That's the dry rubber. I think I accidentally used all of the plastic that I had made previously. Okay. Might have to hold off on this one because I'd have to set up the latex processor, make more tiny dry rubber. Because obviously the plastic from hatchery does not work. Okay, that's fine. That one's going to be on hold for a bit. Yeah, no big deal. I'll make a bunch of plastic off camera, and then when I have some next time, I can just make that. Yeah, not a big deal. Okay. That is all right. So note to self for next time. Let's see, we need what kind of plastic? We need the industrial foregoing plastic. That's all right. Again, not a biggie. Ah, yes, and then make more lumium. Make a lot of lumium. Okay, cool. Notes done. Actually, I want that gold back. I want that iron back because I want that to be over here, as well as the glass. All right, what time? We are doing good for time. Check on our... Yep, still plenty of water. Cool. I'm basically wanting to make sure that this thing doesn't, like, explode if it doesn't have coolant. I don't think it's going to do that, but I also want to make sure that it doesn't. There is one generator that I'm kind of loath to make, and that is the TNT generator, the explosive generator, because it uses TNT to create power. That's not the issue. It damages you if you are too close to it when it processes the TNT. That's a bit of an issue, but not a big issue so long as you put it far away enough. The issue is, it's been a very long time since I've used it, and I believe that I've had it destroy things that are around it with the TNT explosion effect that happens when it processes the TNT. I'm not 100% sure, because again, it has been a while since I've used it. But I also don't want it to, like, start destroying all the universal cabling behind it. I don't want it to destroy the piping that I'm using to pipe the TNT into it. I don't want it to destroy the blocks, the floor around it. So I do want to be very, very mindful when I make the TNT generator that it's not doing those things. So, like I said, I will make it because I need to, because it's part of 100% completion, but I am hesitant to do so. Okay, let us go ahead. And since we have a bunch of materials, like I said, saved up, we're going to get back to making stuff for reborn storage. And then we're going to be making the storage parts. There we go. So we have some 1Ks. We have a 1K. We have a 4K. We have a 16K. And then we have this 4096. From the 4096, let's see, 4K. There we go. There's the 4096. The highest one we can make is the 16384. because from there it's just the storage disk itself. So we need to make 2 more of the 4096s. So we're going to do some math here. The math isn't going to be quite exact because we already have a 1K, a 4K, and a 16K, but we're going to get there. So for making 2 4096s, we're going to need 3 times 3 times 3, 3, 3, 3. 729 of the 1K storage parts. Okay. So that's going to need basic processor, quartz enriched iron. Let's see. So yes, silicone, glass, redstone, and quartz enriched iron. So we're going to take a bunch of these blocks of quartz, turn that into silicone. We have our quartz enriched iron. We have our glass, and we have our redstone. And if I remember correctly, I can actually just turn this nether quartz directly into quartz by, or not quartz, but yeah, I can turn it into silicone just by smelting it. So let's go ahead and do that. There are definitely some times where I like crushing it and then smelting it, but you know what, for the moment, let's just smelt it. Go ahead and make a bunch more silicone. Oop. Let's see. While that is running, let's go ahead and grab our other materials, and we'll just start making some of it down here. So we're going to need the glass. That. There we go. Boop, boop. And one more stack of glass. We're going to need redstone and the quartz enriched iron. There's our quartz enriched iron. Oop. Didn't mean to toss that much in there. Thank you. Oh, I still have that. There we go. Yeah. Good. Making sure nothing's at my feet still here. Don't want anything to despawn. Back downstairs we go. Toss in more nether quartz to become more silicone, and we start putting things together. Okay, storage parts. Use up all the silicone we made. Oop, oop. More. That's another 40. What are we low on? We are low on the glass. Got it. Nether quartz, put it in there. It's a very good thing that I just upgraded that generator to produce more power, because again, I'm going to be using a lot of it here. Boop, boop, boop. We'll grab another block of quartz to turn into silicone and some iron. There we go. Back to it. We do have our basic processors upstairs, and I'll be going through as many of those as I can to convert all these into the 4K parts and so on. Yeah, the fact that I need to make 700 and, was it 729? Yeah, 729 of these. That's a lot. Oh, we are low on power. No. All right. Let's see. 1K storage parts. Some more silicone. Low on the glass again, but that's okay. More quartz. Boop, boop. Go upstairs and get more glass. It still has plenty of lava. Still has plenty of water. Grab a couple more stacks of glass. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, make what we can from here. There we go. We are now low on the... There we go. Low on the quartz. Get up. There we go. Back downstairs. Some of that quartz, or not that quartz, excuse me. The silicone. There we go. Next set of 1Ks. Now need more glass. Take these quartz. Have that become more silicone. It's fighting. My power system is fighting right now. We're almost used up all of the glass that I had made, but that's okay. We'll have more. We'll definitely make more next time. But that's just another thing that I can do off camera. Let's see. 4Ks. Yeah, the 4Ks are where I start using the basic processors. So might as well use up the glass now. Go. What are we out of now? Ah, the quartz enriched iron. Let's just pop open that much. Don't want to flood my inventory accidentally again. Okay, we need the silicone. Got that. Also grab some more. Yes. Grab some more quartz from upstairs. Hop. Let's see, grab 2 blocks of quartz. And yeah, we're out of glass at the moment. So like I said, I'll have to make some of that off camera. I'm always interested to see how far I can get, because I know this process just takes an absolutely massive amount of materials. And I don't want you all sitting around, you know, having to watch and wait and watch me make all of those materials. So I try and do as much of it as I can off camera. But it is interesting to see just how fast I go through some of this stuff. All right, let's see. Pop that. Speed it up, please and thank you. Let's see. While this is processing, was there any other upgrades that I wanted to make right now? No, because I need plastic for the rest of the industrial foregoing stuff that I wanted to make. The hatchery stuff is done. Those are all going to take the lumium, which again, I'm going to make a bunch off camera. Okay. Grab the silicone. 1K storage parts. And what am I out of? More quartz enriched iron. There we go. Okay, so we are at the point we are out of glass. That's all right. We did manage to get a fair amount of the way through with the glass that we had. May have to start making 3 rows of glass, given how much I'm using up and how quickly it goes. But that's okay. So we can put away the silicone for the second. We can put away the nether quartz for the second. And there's the glass. So now we're going to start turning all of these 1Ks into 4K parts, and for those we're going to need the basic processors. So grab that much. 1Ks into... oh, okay. Break open some redstone. There we go. Boop. And a boop. What are we out of now? More basic processors. Yoink. Break open a little bit more redstone. Break open the quartz. There we go. So that used up all the 1Ks that I had. I now have 2 stacks of 4Ks. The 4Ks we are then going to turn into the 16Ks. I need the improved processors, which is the gold. Thankfully enough, I had a bunch of them already made up. So boop, boop, boop. There we go. So using the 4Ks, I now make 16Ks. There we go. The 16Ks, it takes the diamond to make 64s. Boop, boop, boop. There we are. That makes 14 64s, not bad. 64s become 256s. Not bad. 256 becomes a 1024. There we go. So, getting there. Definitely getting there. It's going to take 3 of the 1024s to make another 4096. But that's the progress we've made so far with all of the materials that I've gathered up so far. Let's see. See, I think what I'm going to do is for the next round of crafting, I'm going to probably expand the amount of glass that I have to 3 rows. And obviously pop all this nether quartz ahead of time so I can make the silicone. Because that is the point where I am now running out of materials, is just the plain glass. Glass is sand, so that's easy. But thankfully enough, I did not really overmake on basic processors. These are still going to be used a ton, going from 4K, going from the 1Ks to 4Ks. So good to know. But yeah, made a bit of progress here. But we've also got ourselves a fully upgraded magmatic dynamo, which is going to be helpful for power generation. Even though I am very much draining the power as is. For all the stuff that I was just crafting. Oh, we also made our little pitiful fuel generator. It's so small, but it's still making power. It's chugging along. Let's go grab all of the silicone that I made. There we go. nice beginning of silicone for next time. Yes, so I need to make more plastic next time. I need to make more aluminum for next time, and obviously more glass and the other things. Good to know. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. Again, apologies for no episode this week. Or, excuse me, no episode last week, but we got an episode this week. I hope you have a good day, and happy 2026.